Happy birthday, Canada. I'm Lily Jamali in Vancouver. Join us over the next hour as we take you from coast to coast, showing you what global luxury brands are doing to commemorate Canada 150. You're watching Bloomberg TV Canada. Tourism in Canada is a $91 billion a year industry, and that number is growing rapidly. Money spent on tourism now accounts for about 4.5% of GDP, the highest share of the economy since 2002. And in Canada's 150th year, there is already a big push underway. Free admission to national parks and historic sites, alongside celebrations in Ottawa and elsewhere, are likely to draw even more visitors. This upswing has caught the eye of Virtuoso, one of the world's biggest luxury travel networks. I caught up with CEO Matthew Upchurch at the Virtuoso Symposium in Vancouver to discuss Canada's status as a travel destination.
Canada has been on this meteoric rise of popularity amongst all of our source markets. So not only the US, but Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, and also Europe. And, you know, you've always been known for this beautiful country with really nice people and beautiful vistas. But, you know, there's this buzz about Canada, the culinary scene, the art scene. One of the things that's happened is I say that the world has caught up with Canada, meaning that what a lot of our luxury customers are looking for today is they're looking for authenticity, and they're looking of this incredible mix of the natural, right, with the cultural and people, and it's that mixture and the authenticity of the way that Canada, you know, Canada is a country that has an amazing global reputation for caring about the environment. Hot topic, you know. Canada is a place that's very multicultural and very welcoming. That's big too. So the Canadian spirit, along with the Canadian caring for the planet, those two things and that authenticity is helping places like Canada, like New Zealand, like these places where all of a sudden it's who they've been, and now the market dynamics and the demand for that type of experience is really matching what Canada has been focusing on for such a long time.
Marc Telio has been running tour operator Entree Canada for 25 years, offering customized luxury tours. He specializes in showing off Canada's beauty to visitors from all around the world. I asked him to take me to one of his favorite local spots in Vancouver. We are on Granville Island right now. Tell us about this very special space here.
Well, I love Granville Island because it's a great place where tourists and locals come together. Granville Island used to be actually an industrial zone where there's a cement factory here, there were ironworks here, and you know, this became a spot that really couldn't be so industrial in the middle of the city. So in the late 70s, the government rezoned it, and this became really a local spot. They've put in a public farmers market, they've put in all kinds of super cool shops and you know, import stores, a wine shop, a bakery. It's a beautiful collection of the arts, culture, and the culinary world coming together. When my family and I are cooking up something special, we come down here, and just recently I found a shishito pepper vendor, and those are very hard to find in Canada. So we get special food here, we walk around, and actually it's just a beautiful spot.
Talk to me about seaplanes and the seaplane culture here in Vancouver.
It's big. Well, you know, we have seaplane terminals, both close to the airport and downtown, and these are hubs of transportation. So, you know, these are aircraft that transport people around. So to British Columbia's capital, Victoria, that's a 35-minute flight that leaves every half hour. For us, we move our guests seamlessly from here to the wilderness, to a bear viewing lodge, to a yacht, and we can land a nimble seaplane right next to a yacht for our guests to move around. So we use small aircraft, seaplanes, helicopters, and small aircraft with wheels just to seamlessly move people around the province and get them to where they're going. It's easy and it's actually quite affordable.
Marc, what is exciting you the most right now?
Well, new for us, Canada is such an epic country that I think I'm always going to be exploring it. Right now, the Canadian North has been really exciting for us. This year, we've developed a new line of Aurora Borealis viewing opportunities. We have one where you actually take your own team of dogs from lodge to lodge under the northern lights and you're mushing. Another is a new property that we're working with in Nunavut, which is along the Northwest Passage on Somerset Island. It's about an inch from the North Pole if you're looking at a map. And there you sleep in a beautiful yurt. It's light 24 hours a day. And again, you go polar bear viewing, muskox viewing, hiking, riding on all-terrain vehicles, and about 50 yards in front of your yurt, there's 800 to 1,000 beluga whales playing in the water, and you can walk right up alongside them. So the Arctic is untouched. It's one of the last few places in the world where you get to see that kind of landscape that hasn't been touched by mankind. So I'm super excited about that.
Why are you proud to be a Canadian?
I'm proud of let's say, what we represent in the world today. I think that our guests, let's say, always comment on just how wonderful and welcoming Canadians are. One thing I love about Canada is that we celebrate different cultures. Where there's the Great American Melting Pot, where the concept is that sort of people from different cultures come together and become American, and I respect, what that means for Americans. We're kind of the opposite. Here in Canada, we call it a cultural mosaic, and you can see that in different neighborhoods. In Montreal, you can walk from a Hebrew district to a Portuguese district to Little Italy and then the Greek section, all within 20 or 30 blocks. So I love how Canada celebrates different cultures, and you see them intact, and that makes for really good visitation. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of how we accept and welcome culture.
Up next, Canada's oldest luxury hotel chain is fortifying its brand power on Canada 150, a cooking lesson with one of the nation's top chefs, a sneak peek at a luxury cruise that takes you to the North Pole, and Canada's best-kept secret, no more. How one of the nation's most remote islands is attracting tourists from all around the world. You're watching Bloomberg Pursuits, Canada 150.